Hey guys, welcome back to Booze Reviews in Black and White. I am D'Amico and this is Bane. And today we kind of been on a whiskey kick for the last few months. And then I started busting out my old issues of the Whiskey Advocate. You can't see it because it's too bright, but I'll take a picture. It's the summer 2014 edition, which is the Rye Revival. And I got to thinking, I don't drink a lot of rye whiskey. I have very little knowledge or input on rye whiskey. So that started us on a quest to pick up a few bottles of rye whiskey, start drinking them, and then get ready to do a rye whiskey mini series.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So first, we are going to start with the Old Overholt. This is 40% alcohol. This is from Claremont, Frankfort, Claremont area of Kentucky. This is a Jim Beam Suntory proprietorship.
Picked up right around Prohibition.
Yep. Oh yeah, it was out before that, but yeah, it skyrocketed after Prohibition ended.
This particular one is kind of low level. Looking at about under 20 bucks, 3 years old.
Yeah.
So just kind of your baby rye whiskey.
Exactly. This is one of the standards, actually. I mean, I paid $13.99 for this bottle, and it's one of the standards as far as rye whiskeys are concerned. And it's even on the cover of the rye edition of the Whiskey Advocate. Which I thought was kind of cool, so I had to go find it, and it was pretty easy to track down. So, yeah, let's jump into this. Yeah, so spice, rye bread.
Really delicate though.
It is.
You don't get that warmth that you do on a really high alcohol kick.
Sure.
So it really kind of appeases to somebody who's maybe just trying to get into it.
Yes. It's got a little sweetness to it, little honey, little marzipan, that almondy kind of nose to it.
Sure. Light spice.
Yep.
I'm just going to start with that. Everybody knows rye for their spice.
Yep.
And it envelops the entire palate. It's got, again, a little bit of sweetness throughout the entire palate. Pretty simple. Like you said, that almondy flavor that you're getting on the nose, you're going to get a little bit on the palate as well.
Little almost almond extract. Little vanilla extract, little vanilla.
Sure.
Creamy. But definitely that rye spice does kind of set the bar, but it's not massive. Like, I mean, I've had other rye whiskeys where the rye spice is punching you in the face. And we have one we'll get to in a separate video. Yeah, I like this one. It's extremely delicate. It's extremely mild for a rye whiskey. Extremely approachable, drinkable. Even a novice, you know, would be able to pick this up and kind of sip on it. I don't know. I put a splash of water in it earlier. I had a dram earlier, and it just cuts it too much. So I did probably a half of a cap of the water. You know, maybe 6-7 drips. Yeah, it was too much. It diluted it too much. So I could drink this on its own. Maybe one ice cube, a large ice cube, so it doesn't dilute as fast.
Yeah, I gotta agree with D'Amico here. It's pretty relaxed, pretty young. It's got a little bit of that spice flavor that comes through, just hangs on throughout the entire palate.
Yeah.
If you like that, this is your everyday whiskey. Cheap, affordable.
Yes.
It does what you pay it to do. It's not over complicated by any means. It sticks with the sweeter flavors. Yeah, it's not bad. I wouldn't cough this up by any means. But yeah, it doesn't excite me in any way either.
So the biggest thing that surprises me about this is, the craft whiskey boom that's going on in the country right now, or the world even. That's something that has been made all these decades later and very affordable. Like I said, $14 here in Minnesota. It's still a very good product. I had extremely low expectations for this. Even after reading the article about it, because they praise it to death in this article here. I still was like, $14, $15. Okay, whatever. It's extremely nice to drink. It's a very pleasurable beverage, and I think that if you've never had a rye whiskey, go out on a limb, try to find this old Overholt straight rye whiskey and give it a shot. I think entry level wise, and just, you have friends over that don't really partake in whiskey,
right?
You're not wasting it. So,
well, I think the major thing that you need to think about is with rye whiskeys, they tend to be a little bit on the drier side. Mm-hmm. They don't tend to be sweet, and this one goes sweet. So sure. That's where you get that disconnect between quality and low quality. So if you're talking about a rye whiskey that's drinkable, totally drinkable. Don't get me wrong there. It's perfect. And for $13, I'd buy that shit all day. Mm-hmm. No problem with that. But that's where I see the disconnect is you get major distillation and you get something that's very sweet.
Sure.
It's smooth drinking, mixable, for sure. So there you go.
Cocktail rye, yeah, I like that.
Cocktail rye.
There you go.
You don't see too many of those.
No. What would you rate this thing?
Probably shoot it a 6.8 out of 10 or something.
I would give it, I'm going to go way higher than that actually. I would give it 8.2. 8.25, 8 1/4. I'd give this an 8 1/4 easily.
Smooth mouthfeel, just sweeter characteristics, that nice little spice throughout the entire palate. Give it a shot.
Definitely. Alright, as always, we'll catch you guys on the flip side.